Hello, Doctor Who fans, and welcome to my next Doctor Who review, where today I review the series opener to the third season of Doctor Who, Galaxy 4, starring William Hartnell, Maureen O'Brien, and Peter Purves. I believe it's Peter Purves. Yeah. So, Galaxy 4. This is the first story of season 3 in Doctor Who. And rather unfortunately, most of it is missing. Yeah, this is another one of those stories that, unfortunately, isn't with us at the moment. We have one complete part out of 4. The third part is with us, Airlock. That is the one that is complete. We can watch that one completely. But the other 3 parts have been reconstructed by Loose Cannon. Once again, the folks at Loose Cannon have stepped in and have saved, have salvaged what they can of this story. And thank God that they did. You know, thank God for them. You know, without them, we wouldn't be able to see as much classic Who as we could, even if it is only in limitations. So, the synopsis of this story is the Doctor, Vicky, and Stephen arrive on an arid planet where they meet the beautiful Dravins and the hideous Rills. Each have crash-landed after a confrontation in space. The Rills are friendly, compassionate explorers. The Dravins are dull-witted clone soldiers terrorized by the intelligent, warlike matriarch Marga. Both ships are damaged. The Dravians' craft is irreparable, but the Rills is almost ready to take off. Although unable to breathe the oxygen atmosphere, they employ efficient robot drones, which Vicky nicknames Chumleys. Despite numerous offers by the Rills to take Marga and her crew to safety, she refuses their aid. When the planet is discovered to be on the point of disintegration, Marga tries to force the time travelers to help her steal Rills' ship and kill the Rills. Instead, the Doctor allows the Rills to draw the power from the TARDIS to refuel and escape, leaving the Dravians to their fate. Dravins, sorry. So that is essentially the synopsis, in a rather long-winded fashion, of Galaxy 4, which is on the website. I look at the website to read the synopsis because I'm not quite as able to explain the plot so well without it. Let's just be real about that. Okay, so Galaxy 4. After the pretty good finale of Season 2, the Time Meddler, this one just kind of feels very par for the course. It's alright. You know, it's passable. You know, it's fine. There's nothing special about it, but it's fine. Look, I don't hate this. I don't think Galaxy 4 is a piece of shit. I don't hate Galaxy 4. I just don't think it's particularly intriguing at all. It's a nothing story. Not much really happens until the second half of the story. And even when it does, it's just hard to take this story seriously. When it's trying to be dramatic in the third part with Marga being revealed as the villain, it kind of loses all sense of tension for me. There's a lack of tension because the Chumleys, whilst they're cute, they're very cute, you can't take them seriously. I mean, they are cute, so I'd say they are silly villains. They're silly, but they're good silly. Although I would have preferred them not to go for the Chumleys, and also the name, the Chumleys, you know, it just reminds me of, like, oh right, old chum, you know, all of that. It actually reminds me of strangely enough, of a song from the film Mary Poppins, when Dick Van Dyke sings chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cherry. And then imagine if they did a version like that for this. Chum chummery, chum chummery, chum chum chumly. The doctor has got a nice robot for me. It would be ridiculous. Yeah, and also, like, this is going to sound really weird, but in my opinion, they just look like wedding cakes. I'm serious. They just look like cakes. I mean, look at the design. It's like a swirl. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Please. Oh dear. Calm. Okay, before I start laughing again, let's get to the actual review. So, the Doctor, played by William Hartnell, is very good in this story. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. This is going to be the weirdest Doctor Who review I've done. I can't even do this review without laughing. Okay. Okay, composed. So the Doctor, played by William Hartnell, he's very good in this story. He's once again very charming. I like the moments between him and Stephen where he's trying to tell him off. It's kind of harking back to his relationship with Ian Chesterton back in the earlier stories. And Maureen O'Brien as Vicky. She's also very good in this story. Yeah, don't do it, Ollie. Don't laugh. She's very good, and she really takes a stand. I think she kind of likes the Chumleys. That thinks that they're cute, but then at the same time, it's really weird to think that she's actually afraid of them. Like when she's trapped behind the doorway, I just thought, what? Why would she be afraid of them? They look like little cakes. They do, in my opinion, they do. So I didn't find that quite believable, but her moments as a character, she had good character moments in this one, and we really see Vicky and the Doctor get closer now since Ian and Barbara have left. The Doctor and Vicky have got a lot closer, and it's nice to see that relationship. Like, my dear child, that's all very good. Marga as the villain, she's pretty good. Nothing amazing, but I do think that her revelation that she killed one of her own troops was quite good. It was quite dramatic. It's a shame that the story can't really be taken seriously, which I find a little bit disheartening. But still, I thought the performance was good by the actress, and she was pretty good, and it was nice to know that she was the main villain and not the Chumleys, because that just wouldn't work. Regarding the Dravins, I don't know what it is about them, but they talk like robots. I mean, they always talk like this, with this pausing in between their words. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I just didn't buy it. I mean, I know that they have. They're basically soldiers. I mean, I understand that. I mean, I know. I've just read the description. It said they are like cloned soldiers. So, but they're not ever stated as being robots. But they basically talk like they're robots. If that makes sense. So yeah, I wasn't really too convinced by them, and the fact that Stephen is able to escape them so easily is just, well, okay, fair enough. That's just part of the course. The whole reason why they're there is it's a whole it's a whole feminism thing. It's because originally this story was written for Ian and Barbara, and the character of Stephen, actually his lines were originally like Barbara's, and he complained about Stephen in this story, how he was very feministic in this, like anti-feminist or feminist, sorry. So yeah, it's interesting to see how Stephen's character is a little bit different in this story. The story moves along quite well. It is paced rather well, although it is kind of uneventful in a couple of occasions. Not much particularly happens until the later stages of the story. But it's, you know, it's passable. I wouldn't quite say it's good. I just can't take the story seriously, and I think that the Chumleys, the wedding cakes, I just can't take them seriously, and I think it lets down the story a bit. It just feels kind of dull and uneventful after the previous couple of stories, especially the chase, which was an epic, really, in of itself. But it's certainly not a bad story. I don't think it's one I would watch again. It's sad that it's no longer with us. Yeah, but as a final score, I'm going to score this one a 6 out of 10. Yeah, not a great start to the third season, but oh well, it's, you know, they can't all be good. Although you did get, hopefully you got an entertaining review out of me laughing for most of it. I've got to stop before I carry on. Okay, right. So that is basically my review of Galaxy 4. Stay tuned for the next one, which is Mission to the Unknown. So until then, thank you guys all for watching. I'm Mr. TARDIS11. See ya.